Hello everyone, welcome to Hungary. I came over here to look after my vintage cars, and then meanwhile I came to the Danube River to visit one of my friends who has a Model T. So now we're gonna cross the Danube River with this thing. It's coming over this side. This is a ferry boat, a tiny one. It's a very vintage one too. I think it's like at least 50 years old. So I borrowed a Trabant from a friend of mine, and there is the Trabant behind, next to that Citroen and Ford right there. So we're gonna drive that thing on it, and we're gonna take a ferry ride to the other side. You can see there's quite a bit of speed of the river, so this ferry boat has to angle to make sure it comes straight across. And it's got sounds like a diesel engine, and it was like this like 50 years ago. So it just keep going every hour back and forth. I guess it stops when it's freezing, but right now it's kind of middle of May, so it's a nice day today. This is not gonna be one of those horror videos where you can see some crazy guy goes on with that gigantic truck and the whole thing flips over. I assume it's perfectly safe, at least it looks like it. The chubby doesn't weigh much. Look at that, how far it's going up upstream, and then the water will push it back here. I like everything what floats, flies, or yeah, the third one, I can't say it on YouTube, but here it comes. I guess you can come across as a regular person too, with a bicycle, or just by walking across. This place where I'm at is called Erci. It's a little bit south of Budapest. Oh, looks like he's running to catch it. That's a tiny little boat. My buddy's Bayliner is bigger than this. Fantastic. Well, keep going. Still moving, but keep going. Oh, you gotta go across sideways, you're saying. And it's keep moving. Well, it's time to get my little Trabant, because I'm gonna have to get on it. Now we're sitting inside the Trobby. And here we are, handbrake set. And off we go. There's my friend who I visited down there. This is a really nice part of the Danube River. Sometimes you can take like a little boat ride Usually larger boats are rarely seen here because they all stop in Budapest and then turn around and start heading back towards Vienna. But off you go. Hungary is quite nice, that's where I was born. And if you ever want to see Europe, I would recommend a Viking cruise liner. I'm not affiliated with them, it's just a really nice idea to fly over to Amsterdam, get on a river boat, and then just the boat stops at every major city. You go out, look at the sights, and get back in your own bed, and then keep on going. But if I would recommend anyone how to see Europe, that would be a way. There's a really nice church up there, if you see. And it looks like there is the boat captain and some bikers. And I assume we're gonna have to park the other way because we can't just back up from here. There is the other side. I live in the middle of Kentucky in the bluegrass, and we got a river called the Ohio River that looks quite similar to this one. So anytime I see the Ohio River, that's like, hey, that looks just like the Danube. Kind of similar weather here too. We got a really harsh winter and then very hot summer and anything in between. And then while we at it, I wanted to talk about this little car. This car was made in East Germany. I have two of them in Kentucky, which I'm driving. I have a friend who's collecting these and he let me use this one. It's got a two-stroke, two-cylinder, air-cooled engine in it, all 26 horsepower. I grew up with one of these. You had to wait at least 6 years to buy one. So you paid the money for it, you waited 6 years for delivery. And then when the new one came to my grandparents, the old one trickled down to my parents, and then consequently the really old one came to me, and then I was running around in the back roads with it. But it's getting fewer and fewer of these. They're getting really expensive. It's actually, they cost more in Europe than in the US now. I know about probably a good 60 of them in the US. I also have a couple Barkasses, they're also East German. If you guys want to see any of those videos, just look back in my library. I have a few of these Trabant and Barkas videos. So it looks like there is the road where we're gonna go out of, or out on. There are some wood that people attacked. It's really hard to find heating supplies here. Winter time, they get really expensive, so I guess those wood just washed off with the river and then somebody cutting them off for firewood, which is quite a valuable thing right now around here. So it looks like we're turning around and then we're gonna start up and get off the boat. If I could call it a boat, I would call it probably a barge. Yeah, this probably has a very funny looking shifter. There's neutral, you push it down, this is first gear, second gear, third gear and fourth gear. You're only supposed to hold it with 2 fingers. Very nicely. Parking brake out. And off we go. Off we go. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I guess see you guys next Friday. Bye.